Why Chicago Fire Season 14 should bring back Natalie Evans, even if her story seems over. While Chicago Fire Season 13 wrapped up Natalie Evans' arc in a way that felt natural, her sister Julia stepping in, her rebellious phase seemingly resolved, and Stella Kidd finally feeling at peace with her role in Natalie's life, there's still room for her to return in Season 14. In fact, her presence could serve a deeper narrative purpose, especially with Stellaride's impending parenthood. Natalie's return could strengthen Stellaride's parenting arc. One of the biggest developments in the Season 13 finale was Stella's pregnancy reveal. After the emotional roller coaster of their failed adoption attempt, this news brings both excitement and anxiety. Kelly and Stella have spent years being mentors to the Girls on Fire program, to new probies, and even to troubled teens like Natalie. But stepping into actual parenthood is a different challenge entirely. Natalie's return could serve as a bridge between their mentorship roles and their new reality as parents. Even if Julia is now Natalie's primary guardian, Stella and Kelly could still check in, offering guidance when needed. Seeing Natalie thrive, or even struggle in a way that requires their support, could give them the confidence they need before their own child arrives. For example, if Natalie faces a new challenge, college applications, a crisis of confidence, or even just adjusting to life with Julia, Stella and Kelly's involvement could reinforce their growth as parental figures. It would also be a full-circle moment. The woman Stella saved a decade ago is now a young adult, and the couple who once doubted their ability to raise a child could see firsthand the impact they've already had on someone's life. Natalie's presence reinforces the show's core theme: legacy. Chicago Fire has always been about more than just fighting fires. It's about the lasting impact first responders have on the people they save. Characters like Gabby Dawson and Matt Casey left behind legacies that still influence the firehouse, and even minor characters like Chloe Allen, Joe Cruz's sister-in-law, have reappeared to remind viewers that Firehouse 51's work extends beyond emergencies. Natalie's return would fit perfectly into this theme. Stella didn't just save her from a fire, she became a pivotal figure in her life. If Natalie were to reappear, even briefly, to update Stella on her progress, it would reinforce the idea that the CFD's work doesn't end when the flames are out. The people they save carry that impact forward. Imagine a scene where Natalie visits Firehouse 51, now more mature and stable, thanking Stella not just for saving her life, but for never giving up on her. It would be a powerful moment, especially if Stella is grappling with fears about her own parenting abilities. Julia's struggles could justify Natalie's return. While the Season 13 finale implied that Julia was ready to take over as Natalie's guardian, that doesn't mean the transition will be seamless. Julia has her own life, career, and possibly unresolved issues with their mother. If she struggles with the responsibility, or if Natalie regresses slightly without Stella's influence, it could create a compelling reason for Natalie to return. Perhaps Julia reaches out to Stella for advice, or Natalie sneaks back to Firehouse 51 after a fight with her sister. Even a single episode where Stella has to mediate between them would add emotional depth to her character, showing that her commitment to Natalie wasn't just a temporary fix. A cameo would be enough. Natalie doesn't need a multi-episode arc to make her return meaningful. Even a brief appearance, showing up at Molly's, sending Stella a text update, or appearing in a flashback, would be enough to remind viewers that her story isn't truly over. Chicago Fire has done this before with other characters, like the reappearance of Chili, Dora Madison, in a hallucination, or the occasional mentions of Otis. A simple scene where Stella receives a graduation invitation from Natalie or sees her volunteering at a Girls on Fire event would be a touching way to close her arc while keeping the door open for future interactions. Conclusion: Natalie's return would be a fitting tribute to Stellaride's growth. While Natalie's immediate storyline may have concluded, her presence in Season 14 could serve as an emotional anchor for Stellaride's journey into parenthood. Her return wouldn't need to derail the season's new arcs. Instead, it could enhance them, offering Stella and Kelly a chance to reflect on how far they've come. Chicago Fire has always excelled at long-term storytelling, weaving past rescues into current character development. Natalie Evans is more than just a troubled teen Stella saved. She's proof that the firefighters' work changes lives. Bringing her back, even briefly, would be a perfect way to honor that legacy in Season 14.